Spartan friends, Spartan family, what's going on, Spartan fans? It's your boy DC1, man. The D313XP, man. I know I'm a little late, couple days, but I wanted to say, because the reason why it's been a little delayed, his birthday. It's your boy DC's birthday. Was actually on Tuesday, but had a little birthday celebration a little early. So, but you know, but I'm here. I'm here. Let's talk about some Michigan State Spartans. We got to talk about it. Michigan State loses, which I expected it was going to lose to Oregon, 31-10. They lost to Oregon 31-10. It was not close, obviously at all. Michigan State just could not get it going. Offensively, they just could not get it going. Our defense played well until they got on the field too long. And the reason why they got on the field too long because our offense turned the ball over. With Aiden Child's fault, it was just too many turnovers. You cannot win the game when you turn the ball over. Obviously, we lost 3 in a row after we had a 3-0 start. Even though the 3 wins we had outside of Prairie View, which is the only game that we didn't turn the ball over at all, but we just could not. Even with the 2 wins when we played against Maryland and we played our first game against Florida Atlantic, we turned the ball over. It's just very good both of those games that we won those games, but we played against a good Boston College team that we should have won, had opportunities. We turned the ball over. We played against a team like the School of Columbus. We turned the ball over. We marched downfield on them. We turned the ball over. We played against Oregon. We had 2 interceptions, and we just couldn't capitalize. Our offense couldn't get going. We played against 2 top 10 teams in the country, the Buckeyes and the Ducks. 2 of the best teams in the Big Ten, 2 of the top 10 teams in the country. And they're rightfully so. This is our tough stretch in the season. And, and that's predicted it was the teams they was going to lose to because they're just better than us. They was just better than us. Now, I wasn't expecting to lose to Boston College, but we lost to them. It's just what it is. When you turn the ball over that many times, you're not going to expect to win that many games. But we're 3-3. We got 3 more games, 3 more wins to get bowl eligible, and I believe we will get that. We're on the bye week this week, and then this is the opportunity. This is the perfect time to be on the bye week after the 2 tough game stretch. We got to clean the turnovers, man. We got to clean the turnovers. I don't think Aiden Childs is he's progressing to get a lot better. I love what Nick Saban said about Aiden Childs. How he talked about his upsides. How he got the ability to be the best he can be. I'm summarizing it, in my own words, but Aiden Childs, he got the arm strength, he got the talent. He just had to cut down on the turnovers. The turnovers, that's what's hurt this team. You put your defense out there too long and they get tired and they can't stop anybody because they're out there too long. Too many red zone turnovers, you're fumbling, the interceptions, not securing the ball, 2 hands. You're not doing that. And it just, and you're going through some growing pains right now. If I'm Michigan State, you're going through some growing pains right now. This team's still young. This team got a lot of talent. But when you turn the ball over that many times, that hurts your team more than helps your team. Unless the opposition keep turning the ball over as well. But you don't get many teams that absolutely kept turning the ball over as you turn the ball over. A lot of teams is going to take advantage of those turnovers, where they get 3 points, 2 points, where they get 7 points off those turnovers. Whether they get multiple turnovers, they get points off those turnovers. You have to understand, you got to take care of the football. Turnovers have been the biggest issue with this team. Not taking care of the football. Yes, we're 3-3. We could have been easily 1-5. The reason I say this is because the games that we won against Maryland and the games that we won against Florida Atlantic, we turned the ball over. Just very fortunate our defense stepped up. Our defense did its part. We had an opportunity against Maryland, a good football team. I mean, excuse me, Boston College. Yes, we did beat Maryland. Yes, we did beat, Florida Atlantic. I'm not counting the Prairie View because that was the only game we supposed to win. They dominated to win that game. Prairie View is Prairie View. That was the only game. And then, that's not saying much. But do I expect more out of this team? I expect them to be better. Yes. Like I said, you're going to the bye week. Some things they get to clean up, get their minds refreshed before we're at home against Iowa next Saturday. So Iowa is a good football team. Iowa never quits. They gave Ohio State a scare yesterday until Ohio State ran away with the victory. So they gave them a scare. Absolutely. Best to believe that Iowa is going to try to come out and they're going to try to play hard. And I think this is an opportunity for Michigan State to, guys to settle down. Let's cut out the turnovers and go in, and we can beat Iowa. We can beat Iowa. We have the talent. I think we're a better team than Iowa. We can beat them. So, absolutely, man. I'm looking forward to, like I said, this bye week. And some things they could clean up, they could learn from, So this is absolutely what I expect for this Michigan State team to be better, to be absolutely better. But I want to take a look at his stats right quick. The box score stats. So Aiden Childs, he was 10 for 17, 154, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He did fumble. His QBR rating was 48.3, not good. Tommy Schuster ended up coming in the game 5 for 5, 37 yards, but it was pretty much the game was already over. Like Jonathan Smith, what he was doing is that, trying to get some type of spark for the offense, putting Schuster out there. So, it's like you said, Schuster, he's going to come in, he's going to do what he does. I mean, he's a backup for a reason. But I think with Coach Smith, he was trying to get a little spark in the offense. Like you said, we was at that point we was down 31-0. We end up scoring the touchdown, or we end up kicking the field goal to kind of make it respectable. It avoided a shutout. But another thing too has been concerning is our running game. Let's see, Lynch, he had 9 carries, 32 yards. He did get a touchdown, the only touchdown in the game for us. Aiden Childs, 12 carries, 29 yards, just could not get it going. Nate Carter, he's been inconsistent. He has not been living up to expectations so far. Can I expect him to be better? Yeah, I can expect him to be better. He only had 5 carries, 11 yards, not good. Overall, they just could not get the running game going. Our receiver core, like I said, the offense just could not get it going. Nick Marsh, 3 catches, 58 yards. Foster, 3 catches, 57 yards. Jack Bailey, 6 catches, 53 yards. We just cannot get it going offensively like that. So, but it happens when you turn the ball over. You're not gonna win that many games. We had 2 fumbles, but one of them was a lost fumble. But like I said, we got to take care of the football. But in this particular game, our defense played pretty well, especially in the first half. 2 red zone interceptions. One of our guy Charles Brantley. Shout out to our guy, my Brantley, man. He's just been at the right place at the right time. The game could have been even a bigger blowout, but when you got 2 red zone interceptions, it kind of gave Michigan State opportunities to stay in this game, but it just didn't happen. Malik Spencer with a huge interception. That was a huge interception. He showed out. He played well. Like I said, defensively, it's not been the problem defensively. Besides, like I said, these games, like you said, you play against a team, like Ohio State and Oregon, 2 teams in the top 10 in the country, 2 teams, best teams in the Big Ten. And they showed it. They showed it. We're just not there yet. We're not ready. We're not there yet. We're not there to be in that elite level yet. Um, but we still got some growing pains. We still got some time, to turn around. We definitely going to be bowl eligible this year, and I definitely believe that. So absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind. Michigan State will be bowl eligible. Um, we still got some tough games coming up. Like I said, we got an Iowa team, even though they lost to Ohio State yesterday. So we still got a good Iowa team coming in town on the 19th, which, like you said, Michigan State got the bye. And then we go to Ann Arbor, play against our rivals. We're going to beat Michigan this year. Absolutely. We are definitely going to beat it because Michigan did lose to the team in Washington. So, um, Michigan is now they're 4-2. Where, like I said, we're 3-3. We're going to beat Michigan. We're going to get our revenge. Michigan doesn't have, they just don't. Defensively, yes, they got the talent. Offensively, they're offensively challenged. They don't know who their quarterback is. They don't try to figure out. I guess they got a bye week as well, but they don't have a quarterback. So we're definitely going to be Michigan. We're got a more better talented team than we do. So Indiana, it's another team. Indiana comes in town November the 2nd. Indiana 6-0. This is the first time Indiana was 6-0 since what, in the 1967, I believe. That's a long time. We don't need what we thought of. Yeah, Indiana is a good football team. They're undefeated, 6-0. I know they probably got a tough stretch coming up. So, and then we got another team like Illinois. Illinois is a good football team as well. Got to go to Illinois. We should run over Purdue, and we get our take care of business against Rutgers. Get our revenge against Rutgers. So those are the remaining games of the season. Like I said, I could definitely see Michigan State be bowl eligible. Could win those games? Yes. Like I said, you got a tough stretch for the rest of outside of Purdue. You got a tough stretch. It's like I said, the Big Ten is very gauntlet. Saying outside of Purdue, Northwestern, UCLA, terrible teams, but you definitely can see, man. Definitely see Michigan State can be the team. Like I said, definitely be bowl eligible, and like I said, and they can win the rest of these games. I can see it. I can see definitely win the rest of these games going forward, and definitely see a Michigan State team that'll be bowl eligible. Not saying playoffs, so I know they're not making the playoffs. It's not going to make the playoffs. If they make a bowl game, let's finish season strong. Let's cut out the turnovers. Like I said, this bye week is so perfect around this time right now. We needed this bye week. After 3 straight losses, we need time. We need time to heal, time to regroup, and time to make things, make some changes and make this team better. So I definitely agree with that. Definitely agree. This is a great time for next Saturday just to regroup, refresh, relax, some time, get our guys right, get some guys healthy as well too. So absolutely looking forward to this Michigan State team to go ahead and pull out the the rest of the schedule and get some victories in, feel good, get some victories under our belt, so we won't have another disaster season like we did last year. So definitely looking forward to that, man. So that's the Michigan State. Definitely looking forward to a fun season up down the stretch. This Big Ten is a gauntlet, just like the SEC, a gauntlet. So absolutely, man. So absolutely looking at other college football scores, man. Alabama, number 1 team in the country, lose to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt just out physical them. They've outpowered them. What happens is Alabama didn't take this team seriously. They thought, this is Vanderbilt, we should go in there and run them out. Vanderbilt said, no, you're not going to come to my house and think you're going to just run over her team. No. That was the big upset. I mean, from Vanderbilt, that fan base, they was all over. Whole Nashville was, man, these fans carrying the goalposts outside the stadium, that's something. That's something huge. You beat a team, the number 1 team in the country. Alabama didn't take them seriously. They came off the emotional win last week against their rivals Georgia, um, and which they let their foot off the gas in that second half. Which very fortunate they won that game against Georgia, which they probably may see them in the SEC championship game. Um, but can't never count on Texas. Texas is still there, so it's going to be a battle. But for Alabama, the fashion, the way how they lost that, yeah, it was a close game. But you got to give Vanderbilt credit. Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt was a good defense. Vanderbilt's last couple of years, Vanderbilt had a good defense. They just could not. They just kind of do nothing offensively. In Vanderbilt, you got to give them credit. They came out. They was more physical. They hit them in the mouth, and Alabama just could not recover from that. So Alabama has some opportunities, but Vanderbilt said no. You're not coming to my house. You're not coming to Nashville, Tennessee. Think you're going to win this game? They said no. Absolutely, they said no. You're not going to do that. Absolutely. So, other scores, you look, Texas A&M destroyed Missouri. My goodness, 41-10. Clemson take care of business against a terrible Florida State team. Penn State beats a terrible UCLA team, 27-11. SMU pull a huge upset win against Louisville, 34-27. Ohio State beats Iowa, 35-7. Georgia, that was a very interesting game early. And then Georgia pulled away 31-13. Ole Miss take care of South Carolina 27-3. Indiana wins another one. They're 6-0. They're win 41-24. Like I said, the Vanderbilt, they upset 140-35 against Alabama. Boise State again. They pull out the victory. They're won 62-30. Obviously, Washington beats Michigan 27-17. Minnesota takes care of USC. USC again, it's 2 Big Ten losses. They look like they're gonna drop in the mid 20s in the ranking, possibly out of the top 25 ranking. Minnesota take care of that 24-17. Baylor loses to Iowa State 43-21. Miami with the biggest comeback against California. California was dominate them the whole entire game. It was a 25-point comeback for Miami. You thought Miami was going to go down. This game was over. I know it was a real late game. It was out of California. California had the opportunity. They blew their 25-point lead. Yeah, and that's what happens. No lead is safe. Ask Alabama and Georgia. Alabama had a 28-0 lead, thought the game was over, and Georgia came on it back and took the lead. Just very fortunate Alabama, scored back and responded back. So no lead is safe. No lead is safe. That's why I say you never quit. Yep, Miami pulled out 39-38. Obviously, Oregon beats Michigan State 31-10. Syracuse pulled out a overtime victory against UNLV, where that was ranked number 25. Those are the scores for the college football ranking. Yes, so obviously the top 25 ranks will be coming out later on. So quite sure you look at Alabama, it's going to drop out of the number 1. Texas probably going to move back up to the number 1 seed this week. Expect the Texas probably, Alabama probably dropped down to maybe number 7, probably number 6. They probably going to be over Penn State, because Penn State did not have a great significant. Their strength of schedule is not great. So I expected probably be number 6 or 7, something like there. So, like I said, just saw a couple of teams, say Tennessee went down. Tennessee went down. So you expect Tennessee is going to drop out in the top 10. So you said to be Alabama is going to still be in the top 10, but they're not going to be top 5. So Missouri definitely going to be out top 10. Michigan out of the top 10. You expect to see teams like, Ole Miss, teams like Notre Dame. You expect teams to move up. I expect to see Indiana and Illinois move up a little more. I expect, especially Indiana. I mean, those guys 6-0, man. I expect Indiana to move up in the teams, man, because this is a good Indiana football team. They're undefeated. They're one of three teams in the Big Ten, or four teams in the Big Ten are undefeated with Penn State, Oregon, and the Ohio State. They're one of those four teams, and I think Indiana should deserve more love than they should have. I mean, they should not be under USC. Yeah, they should be ahead of USC. I think the college football, the A, the AP top 10, they should definitely put Indiana ahead of USC. This is on this, Indiana's 6-0. You say, well, they haven't played a lot of people. You're 6-0. You're 6-0. You're a good football team. You're Armatic Bowl eligible. Best to believe that. So I won't be surprised they be ranked ahead of Michigan. Michigan got 2 losses. Like you said, Indiana is 6-0. You can't take that away from them. Illinois is looking pretty good. Illinois should stay with move up as well. So, but yeah, another great week of college football. So definitely looking forward to a great next week. Is going to be great. So, like I said, I believe the college football, when they start coming out with the rankings, I believe around later on in the month or ending something like that. Not exactly sure, but it should be coming around soon. The college football playoff ranking. So, like I said, got some good games coming up next week. Of course, you got the Red River rivalry, the Texas Oklahoma, and that's got to be a big one. So you're looking forward to these type of games. Like I said, the Oregon Ohio State one, that's another game. You got to look at Ole Miss, LSU. Those are big games coming up. So definitely looking forward to it. So like I said, Michigan State, let's regroup. Let's take care of business. Let's go ahead and get the dub. Against Iowa. Before we come back to Ann Arbor, that fraudulent school up there, and get Paul Bunyan trophy back, bring him back home where it belongs. He's been in Ann Arbor too long. He needs to go back to East Lansing. He just stay with East Lansing. So, but yeah, it's been another great show. Just want to come here and talk live right quick, and Michigan State. Let's get it done. So make sure everybody, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel D313XP. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and TikTok as well. Myself, known as Jay Breed. Our guy on 16. Shout out to everybody that show love in the chat, man. That show love with this channel. Shout out to everybody that always support this channel. Continue to support, love, and this channel, man. Very appreciate you. We're gonna continue to keep this green thing growing. So absolutely. Also, got this, shout out to guys at Dynasty Sports Network, DSN. Honestly, we definitely looking forward to continue to grow that channel as well. Keep that going. Well, my guys, Big Willie Styles, King Cass, Wise, I say, dang it. Big Willie Styles King, got Big A, Wiseman Cass, Zell, our guys, saying. So Dynasty Sports Network. But make sure we're gonna continue to support that channel as well, man. Absolutely, man. Like I said, I just want to thank everybody for the love and support for this channel, for that channel as well, for all the content creators out there, man. Keep it growing, keep it going, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, man. We definitely support y'all with the chat, man. So keep the content create going. Let's love our teams. So absolutely, man. So like I said, it's your boy DC1 D313XP. Catch you on the next episode. Peace.